Background. This has been enhanced by what I could find online as well as the actual 10 episodes. So there will be book spoilers on this even if I'm avoiding series ones. Based loosely on Chinese mythology that was later adopted and naturally altered in Japan, and I'm going to butcher all of these names, I apologize. If you have not heard of Mount Panglai and Horai, I left a few links to check out for anyone who's interested in history or mythology, at least as a jumping point. Now on to the facts. The world is literally called the 12 Kingdoms, so if you're looking for a fancy name, let it go. The main thing I plan to cover is the terms, so you have something you can go to whenever you're feeling confused. Shinki, the origin of this world. This can only be elaborated on later, as there are some variations. Tente, head god of this world, handled creating the 12 kingdoms and its system, also watches over the rulers and grants babies to couples. I swear, this sounds like a Cabbage Patch story, so naturally my brain went to.
And the angel told the stork, and the stork flew down from heaven and left a diamond under a leaf in the cabbage patch, and the diamond turned into a baby.
Our parents are having a baby too. They had sex.
Yaboku, a tree that plants and animals are born from. Not kidding. Yoma avoid these trees, so it is a safe place to stay. Riboku, a tree from which people can be born from. Temples are built around these trees. Ronka, the fruit of trees from which all life is born. The heavens strictly control how people are born, however. Married couples must weave and tie a ribbon at a Riboku shrine for Tente to bless them with a Ronka that is born into a child. Yoma, demons, creatures with supernatural powers, generally evil unless in the service of a Kieran. They have an assortment of names in this story, kind of obvious which ones. Little is known about the origin and nature of Yoma, except that they tend to appear in greater numbers when a kingdom lacks a ruler. No tree has ever been found bearing Yoma, nor is it known how long they live. They are all males. Only the Kieran are capable of subduing Yoma. Subdued Yoma that serve a Kieran are known as Shirei. Most Yoma don't often come to populated places, making them a huge deal. It means a ruler is after you.
If you lived here, you'd understand.
Yuju. They are similar to Yoma, but can be caught and trained by humans, and they're highly valued and powerful mounts. Rulers. Chosen by the heavens, immortal, barring they fall from grace. They have no language barrier, much like gods, sinning, and evil creatures. When a ruler dies, there is chaos in the land, not to mention the horrors caused by their fall, so the longer the life, the wealthier and more stable the kingdom gets. They are divinely instated to avoid the usual successors being unfit. The Kieran is born to choose a wise ruler who won't oppress the people, will keep the kingdom safe, and help common man be peaceful. It is a creature of righteousness and mercy. They always tell the ruler to be just and compassionate. They ask the ruler to forgive criminals, decrease taxes, and care for the people. But you can't govern a kingdom like that. Sometimes you must ignore them and do harsh things. A ruler can do anything, even abandon their people, but the heavens created Kieran so the kingdom will be ruled justly and with compassion. If you ignore the Kieran too long and become too harsh, heaven's will could be lost. Heaven's mission cannot be foiled, so the consequences will stop it. Ability to master self and accept self are part of what makes a person capable of being a ruler. And naturally I thought of this.
Yet it is through humility that Aragorn does not become a slave to power, and therefore he is actually able to use it and become truly powerful.
Don't you get any foolish ideas that magic will solve all your problems.
Kieran, a holy creature born from special eggs/fruit/Ronka at the center of the world. They can transform between human and unicorn form and are considered holy form of Yoma. Tente created them to choose the ruler who will be their master so long as they reign. While it's yet to happen, this could conceivably be forever so long as the ruler remains righteous. They can only bow before their master and must obey their orders. They swear to never desert their post before their master's throne, who serves as second in command next to the ruler. Out of respect for the Kieran, the Saiho is referred to by the title Taiho. The Saiho's role is primarily to serve the ruler's chief advisor, as well as to serve as the governor of the province containing the kingdom's capital. The Kieran do not like the smell of blood, and it seems to weaken them. Other Kieran can put a spell in their horns that read, "May you rest in peace with the spirits of the earth and heavens." It seals them, and only their master can break it. Shitsudo. A display of the heavens' anger with a ruler, by causing the illness of the Kieran who chose them. If they do not change, the Kieran dies and the ruler along with them, with few exceptions. Keiki, specifically. Other signs a ruler has lost their way. Yoma, to infest the land. The land becomes barren and infertile. Plague spreads, storms, droughts, wars, and the human spirit will flounder. Also a sign that they lost their way is they can be beheaded or sliced in half. Kyokai. Void Sea, known as the Sea of Emptiness, a large sea that surrounds the 12 kingdoms and has multicolored lighted whirlpools. Gozan. The 5 mountains. They are located on an island in the center of the Yellow Sea. It is the home of the gods. Shoku. A storm/portal in the sea between the worlds. Sometimes people and things are randomly washed up in these storms between them. Many are found dead. Ronka are sometimes blown between worlds and are born in Japan or China. At least some shoku are created by Kieran, and other Kieran can feel it in their horns when one is made, at least nearby. Taika. When Ronka are blown from their riboko trees and into a woman's wombs by shoku, these people are called taika. They are supposed to be born in the 12 kingdoms, but get born into Japan, also known as Horai, or in the old language, Wa. They can also be born in a place called China, somewhere beyond the Gozan. The exact location of China is unknown to these people, and I suspect it is because of the magic portal coming from beyond the mountains, which is where the gods live. They grow a visual shell that comes off when they return to their world. Voices can also change. The King of En, Yoko, the new Queen of K, and the En's Taiho are all taika. Another taika is the Kieran of the Kingdom of Tai, but he is thought to be dead. So many questions. Do the parents of the baby have to be married? Is Tente involved? Is it an empty womb, or are they inhabiting the existing body like a spiritual possession? Or is it a straight replacement like cuckoo chicks? Kaikyoku. Any human from Japan that enters the 12 kingdoms. Sankyaku. Mountain guests. These are people who emerge from the mountains. They are people who are swept away from China and end up at the foot of the Kongu Mountains, which border the 4 inner seas of the 12 kingdoms. Hanju literally means half-beast. They can transform back and forth between human and animal. Suigu. Sui, or water, symbolizes the sword. Gu means monkey, symbolizes the scabbard. It can cut any yoma. The blade does indeed reflect visions, like the surface of water. It mirrors what's inside the owner's mind. It can show you images for the past, the future, faraway places. But if you don't know how to use it, it will show you endless illusions. The Scabbard Seals those. The Scabbard shows up in the form of a monkey. He can read your mind, and if you don't master him, he can manipulate you with the visions. The sword keeps him under control. It is one of the national treasures of Kei, and comes with a gem called Hekisoju that can magically warm or heal. Only the true ruler can wield it to any success. This is Yoko. So long as the scabbard is intact, no one else can even draw it. Heen-man. This is a water spirit yoma that can possess a human. It looks and feels like a liquid, has no body, and red eyes. Both Keiki and Korin possess Heen-man, Joyu and Setsuko respectively. They can fight masterfully, but rely on the possessed senses. In the anime, they can alter a person's appearance. Shusei. They are traveling performers with no kingdom of their own. Lady Bishin, young daughter named Gyokuyo. Kotetsu performs, and the chief is an old woman. Name unknown. Daishiku, Minister of Law. The one in N is named Yo. Little details. Keiki, from the way he runs, it makes it clear he's not human right from the start. He has several shirei, Hyoki, Hankyu, Junsaku, and his Heen-man. He also has a human-like companion named Kayako. Not so fun fact, green pillars at the inn means prostitution. The last Queen of Kei. She fell in love with her Kieran, and he turns her down, as it is against the laws of heavens, saying after all he is not even human. She goes crazy and kills all the women at the palace. Keiki survived. How? Kei as it stands. The sister of the last queen is said to be queen. King Ko, having kidnapped the Kieran of Kei, has used it to help her pretend. But most seem to know she isn't the queen, as the hoe hasn't cried. Will Keiki be saved? Tune in next time.